Alright, welcome back. This is Dr. DANDROID, and we are back here with my awesome first period class. JB is in the house, and he has reminded me to plug in my microphone. So, so today we are creating an app that searches the internet for a specific word that we put in. So let's say we look up dogs, and we want to look up dogs on Wikipedia, and at the exact same time we want to look it up on Google as well. We're going to create two web viewers here that will simultaneously search. Now, I just went over with the students that you have to remember that a computer can only do one thing at one time. Okay, test question is, answer, you can only do one thing at one time. Even though we have a processor speed that runs very quickly, computers only do one thing at one time. So here is our idea. We're looking up a URL, we're going to have a web, and we're also going to put in some voice here. Alright, so this is my engineering design. We're going to have a horizontal arrangement up here. Remember, horizontal arrangements are the easiest thing to use. You put something inside of it, you can center it, right justify, left justify. So I've got a horizontal arrangement here with a text box in it. That's going to be our search bar. We're going to have a vertical arrangement here where we can go vertically up and down with a web viewer. And we're going to have a web viewer for Google, a web viewer for Wikipedia that, and then down here we're going to have a horizontal arrangement number 2, and we're going to have a search button in here. And we will put some nice fancy backgrounds in there. So here we go. This is our engineering design. We're getting ready to build it. So let's move on into our MIT App Inventor 2. Okay. Everybody in the world now knows my email account. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start a new project. This project, what's the name of it going to be? Wiki that. Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity that. There's Sarah. Wikipedia that. 1_2_2. Hit OK. And I'm going to have to name this period 1, quarter 2, because I've done this app already. And bye, Sarah. And here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put in some of my arrangements. Horizontal arrangement number 1. And we'll call this HA1. HA1. HA1 is going to have a width of fill parent, and background is going to be none. And I'm going to go ahead and put in a vertical arrangement. Okay. So I'll call this VA browsers, just so that we know. These are my web browsers. Are you guys with me on that? And let's go back to HA1. Let's rename HA1. Let's call this, not HA1, let's call it HA search bar, because that has our search bar in it. Are you with me on that? Does that make sense? Just so that we know a little bit more about it. This one here, the width is going to be fill parent. I'm going quickly because you guys have done this before. No background. And this one down here, I want a horizontal down here. And I'll call this one HA button. Buttons. It has our buttons in it. Okay. And its width is going to be a fill parent. Its background is going to be none. And this one right here in the middle, this vertical, we better go height fill parent, just so that we can make that as large as we possibly can. Okay? Who's with me on that? All right. So we got a UI here. We need a text box. This is, I think, the first time we've used a text box. And we also, we're going to put a voice button in there. So I'm going to drag in a button. Okay. So let's call this, let's rename the text box. We'll call this TXT search bar. And I can spell, I can't type. And it's Monday morning and I haven't had my coffee yet. Which I'm not drinking coffee anymore. I am having lemon water. Stay healthy, my friends. Here we go. This is going to be called BTN Voice. And I'm going to go ahead and give this voice button a height. Oh, what do you say? 40 by 40? 40 by 40. That's 40 by 40. Do we want it 60 by 60? 60 by 60. Let's go. Did we say 60 by 60? Yeah, we did. Let's go 60 by 60. Seems like 60 by 60 is a good size. Don't know why. With pixels 60 by 60. Hit OK. I'm going to go no text on that one. And I am going to make that shape an oval to make it a round voice button. Okay. Now what I want to do here is I want to go back to this text bar and I want to make its width fill parent. So we can make that bar as large as we want. That pushes that button, that bar over to the right, or that button over to the right, and we're looking pretty good there. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Who's with me so far? Okay. Let's go ahead and grab two web browsers. Where are the web browsers at? Oh, there they are, web viewer. So I want web viewer number 1, and I want web viewer number 2 right underneath it. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and name this first one WBV Google. Okay. The next one I'm going to rename WBV Wiki. I think we can all understand Wiki, right? You're allowed to abbreviate as long as you can still understand. Are you with me on that? How many people understands what WBV stands for? What's it stand for? Perfect. Okay. So we're allowed to use abbreviation that still aids in understanding. Remember, you cannot program what you do not understand. Okay. All right, last thing we need is a button down here. And I will rename this button BTN Search. And this horizontal arrangement is going to be aligned centered. Center justify that. This button here is going to be, we'll keep it 60 by 60. Actually, you know what, guys? I hate to say this, but I really think we need to change these button sizes. I'm going to go back and make them 30 by 30. I'll tell you why. The reason why is you're going to need as much room with your web browser as you possibly can get. Remember, you're looking on Google. How much information's out there? Tons, right? And you're on a small phone, a small tablet. You need as much room as we can. So this button right here, I'm going to make 30. And I'm going to make the height of this button 30 also. Yeah. I'm going to make these, I'm going to make them 30. The arrangements should be fill parent. Okay. Do we want to make this search button oval? Yes. Okay. So I'll go ahead and make this 30 by 30. And I will make it an oval. And that's pretty small, so I think I'm going to change the width on this to like 60, 30 by 60 oval. And I'll get rid of its text, and we'll make that a custom button in GIMP. Okay. So right now, this is what I have. Who understands what we have there? We good? Okay. So right now, let's go get some fun backgrounds. You know, this is going to, we talked about this last quarter, this is going to fetch information for us. So what better of an icon? What animal likes to fetch? A dog. So I thought we'd go get some really fun backgrounds. So I'm going to go to screen 1, and I'm going to go get a really fun background for screen 1. And I'm going to upload this file. I'm going to choose a file, and I'm going to go into my documents, into Wikipedia, and there you go. You got some really cool fetch dogs in there. Look at these guys. I love dogs. Yeah, the underwater ones are awesome. So let me go with the twins here, going after the ball underwater, because we have twin web browsers, right? We have a Wiki twin with a Google twin. So I'm going to use this one. And there they are. So that's nice. Okay. And now let me show you this. This is kind of cool. Okay. I can actually go to this button. All right, there's a nice, notice here now I have blue and green, so now I can go blue and green. So I can go back to my app, and I can go to this voice icon, and I can upload a really nice blue and green. There's a blue and green. I really like this one here. Okay. So there is my voice button. That's nice and blue and green. You guys with me on that? And then let's go ahead and make a button here. And what do we want our button to say? So should it say go? Should it say voice? Here's some go buttons here. So let me show you how to make some really cool buttons in GIMP. So I can go ahead and, this is another thing that I can do in GIMP. I'm going to open up my dog picture that I used. I'm going to edit this in GIMP. And wait for it. Wait for it. This is a great time to get a drink of. There's a couple things I can do here. I can open up this a toolbox, and I can actually figure out what these colors are. So if I go use my color dropper here, I can pick that color out. See how that green color went down here? Did you guys see what I just did? See the color dropper here? It's like the little ear dropper. I used to hate that when you have to put like, I used to swim a lot in the summer, and I always have to put like ear drops in my ears to get rid of the water out of your ears, okay? So this is an ear dropper. What this ear dropper does, it selects a color. All right? So then what I can do here is I can go to this background color, and I can select one here also. So maybe you want like that little white there. Oh, that's nice. That green and gray. So do you see how I selected these two colors from my picture? You can, like, let's say you wanted the yellow. You go pick on the yellow. All right? You guys with me on that? So you take your color picker. Maybe you want the brown. You go pick on the brown. Okay? There's a gray. All right? I kind of like that gray. Okay? So now what we'll do is I'll just go File, New, and I should know the size of my button, right? What did we make the size of our button? We made it 60 by 30. Okay? So that is my button, okay? And now I can go into I can blow this button up. And this is my gradient color. And all I have to do now is drag my gradient. And there's a nice, cool button there. You can go to different spirals if you want. Control Z. I can spiral this. Too big. Okay, there's a spiral. Okay. So here's a rainbow color one. Let's go into bilinear. Okay, there's rainbow with those colors. Don't like it. Um, okay, so I kind of like that button. And then let's say, do we have an oval button? Do we have an oval button? So let's say I have an oval button, and I'm going to make an oval button in here, and I'm going to hit select, invert, and I'm going to hit delete. Okay, and now I can Windows, dockables, layers. I can add a transparency. I can color pick this back one and hit delete. Whoa, don't want that. Okay, Control Z. All right, so what I have to do here is fill this, and I'm going to have to fill this background with white. Okay, I'm not doing this right, so let me start over. File new, 60 by 30. There we go, I want white. And now what I need to do is go ahead and color pick. Ladies and gentlemen, hello? And now what I want to do in here is go to my gradient, and I want to go get my previous colors. I had this gray. And the background color was, I had this green. Where'd that green go? So let me go back into my other GIMP, and I can color pick these. Do you notice how I can toggle back and forth between these GIMPs? There it is. Now let's try the yellow. There we go. There's a nice yellow. And then I go into GIMP here, go into my button, gradient, and now when I grab this gradient into the screen, it should only color my, there it is. All right, so that's a nice green there. And now I can put text into it. Grab some text, put a toolbar in there, type out go. I want to center that. And the only way I know to center this vertically is to drag it down a little bit. That's all I know how to do when to center it. There's got to be a better way, but right now I don't know it. So I use this right here. Not sure I'm liking the yellow, so I'm going to go to a nice pure white, get a little bit of pop there. And now that's my go button. And now I can add my alpha channel, color picker, white, hit delete, and file, export as. I want to go into my Wikipedia that folder. I'm going to save it as go button dot PNG. Remember, you have to save it as a PNG to get your transparencies in there. We have 5 minutes left. I go back into here, and I'm going to go into my image of my button, and I'm going to upload my go button that I just created, and there it is. And now I have a very good looking go button that's actually using two of the colors that were on my my dog picture. So if you guys know anything about colors, this is guaranteed to match, and your eye will like this because you use two colors that your eye is already seeing. So it will not clash. Your eye will not be able to decipher between those colors. Okay? So that's it. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope this helps you on making your GUI for Wikipedia that. Thanks for watching.